What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome back. And yes, your eyes do not deceive you. This is the brand new Mattel Creations exclusive Masters of the Universe Masterverse, a new Eternia snout spout. And yes, 2 days ago the pre-order went up and it's already in my hands today. And hopefully for a lot of you guys who pre-ordered it as well. That means this guy was already baked and cooked and ready to go a while ago. They were just waiting for the pre-order release date. So the box art is absolutely incredible. The artwork is beautiful as per usual, with an awesome portrait of Snout Spout in all of his new Eternia glory with the Mattel creation. And once again, this is a flap open box like we had with Vicron, right? For example, like this, as you guys can remember, and like we had with the Evelyn goddess from Revelations, that is like this. So yes, the box art and box aesthetic has continued. So this looks absolutely stunning. The spines don't really have any type of artwork other than just little hints of stuff that go all together. Now, the back artwork as well. New Eternia original design inspired by classic concept. And you see there that this has a very reminiscent vibe to the old school Rudy Obrero style artwork in front of Masters packaging. I love this. On top of that, we have Masterverse on top and Legalese in the bottom. So I took Snout Spout already out. When you open the flap, you have this wonderful card back here that covers it. And that's in case, I guess, if you want to keep the artwork, it looks absolutely stunning. And he is in the snake pit, where I believe is the queen, what is it, her, the lizard queen character. You have King Hiss here in statue form, and you have the lizard queen here. I forget her name. That was in the Origins, which maybe we'll see her. If this is any indication, this might be a preview to the King Hiss for Masterverse or New Eternia, and this will be also the preview to the queen, the serpent queen. I forget her name. And then you open it up, he's housed in here, and then the little box where it says Snout Spout, heroic blasting warrior or firefighter, and then you just open it up, and inside the box you have, what would be the accessories, which I also took out because I've been playing with him and posing him and making sure he was in good shape. So that is how he comes packaged, something that we're already familiar with in the past two, exclusive with, what's his name, with the goddess of Evelyn and with the Vicron set, right? Where he comes with multiple designs. So let's close them up here. We can put this back in the shell like so, however we deem fit, and then we just close it up and it folds back up for the most part with no problems, as you see there. So he did come in a shipper mailer. Only difference is the shipper mailer did not have any artwork on the outside like other figures did that were exclusive, like Fangor, for example. This is the mailer box, just that's it. That's pretty much it. Doesn't even say Snout Spout on it. So nothing to write home about. So sit back, relax, enjoy a digital drink, and let's take a look at the brand new Masters of the Universe New Eternia Snout Spout. I hope you stay with me until the end and enjoy what he has to offer. And here we go. Here is Snout Spout out of packaging. And as you can see, he looks fantastic. Probably one of the best masterverse thus far in the line. Every time a new character comes out, it seems like Mattel just keeps upping the ante. But I can confirm without a shadow of a doubt, this is the best Snout Spout figure we have ever gotten. Starting with his wonderful head portrait. As you can see, it looks stunning with wonderful silver gunmetal finish. This is paintwork, and for the first time, the actual snout is no longer rubberized. It's actual plastic pieces, and it is articulated in 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 different places. The tusks are articulated. The ears are articulated, and the eyes have light source, light piping, as you can see there. You see that? Light piping on the eyes. Fantastic. Now, you see that, let's pull back a little bit. Ooh, right here. You can see the orange is that wonderful orange that we've seen in the back part from ever since the vintage. The shoulder pauldrons are nice, vibrant red, and they connect separately right here on the shoulder so that you can have movement on both sides, and it does not hinder the articulation of the shoulders. You see the strap harness on his chest. Looks fantastic, painted really well, and in the back. These are brand new biceps. They are sculpted, not painted, but sculpted straps on his hands, as you can see. The hot pink gloves, the infamous hot pink gloves, beautifully sculpted, brand new gloves, and they've got massive hands. Here is his newly designed belt that goes over his classic traditional belt, which is also a separate piece, as you can see here, and it's also on there so you can display them with the classic belt. Here is the pressure belt, which I guess would tell you the type of pressure that's going on coming out of his, I guess, tusk, and maybe pressure availability for his, let's put this on, let's latch it on again, for his what would you call that, his axe, you know, like pressure, how much pressure has to cut in through doors or whatever, things like that of that nature. And you can see the belt is the old school style straps, but it's really thick. Give me 1 second. So here we go. It's like the old school style, but the strap is really, really thick, so you don't have the fear of maybe breaking with unlatching and latching it on. Here's the dial, which is also articulated. It goes in 180 degrees or 60 degrees in any direction. Also, the legs have new sculpting. This is all sculpted straps on his thighs. Brand new piece as well. And the boots are also brand new, with wonderful navy blue and highlights of like gray or black, with the silver tips in the tip and the side, as you can see, really nicely executed with his trunks with the blue, and you even see little details in the edges of the trunk, and then the classic logo. Snout Spout looks absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. He is not going to disappoint. And he's massive. He is massive. And the reason why he's at that $33 price point is obviously obvious. All the articulation, the new sculpting, almost 90% of it feels and looks new, even in the chest area. So, what does he bring as far as accessories? Well, let's take a quick look as well. And here we go. Here are the accessories Snout Spout come with. He comes with an extra set of hands, which are fisticuffs. So if he wants to beat up people, he can. There they go, in that hot pink color. He brings the all-new backpack, which is newly designed, all with different little illusions of clear plastic with things that look like water filling up on each one. Nice amounts of detail. In the bottom, a peg holes for his new rope and pipeline accessories, and one on the top, and then the little holster here to attach the axe when it's not in use. His classic axe, looking phenomenal with a bunch of scuff marks from battle in that gunmetal gray that matches his harness, his belt, and his head, where he holds it there with the illusion of like what you call those for the fingers back in the day, brass knuckles. So he wants to punch something with that, he can. And then the hole there in the bottom of the axe. And he brings two long hoses that this fits on his belt buckle, and this is attached to the axe and his backpack. And then the one that attaches to his head that allows the water to come from the backpack out his snout. And there it is. It's a smaller one, and this is a rubber that is super thick, super pliable. It's not going to break even with time. And then, of course, this wonderful translucent water effect that looks absolutely beautiful, as you can see here. When the lighting going through it, it looks great. And that is what he comes with. He comes with a nice amount of accessories. Now let's put it on Snout Spout and see how fantastic he actually looks. So before we accessorize Snout Spout, let's take a look at his articulation. His head goes left, his head goes right. His head goes up that much, which is a nice amount considering his big, portrait. His head goes down also that much. As far as the range in his shoulders, it goes up that much. It goes around 180 degrees with a little bit of knot clearance with this here, but since it's pliable, it won't hurt it, and you can go 180 degrees like so, and it won't affect the figure, as you can see. You also have the bicep swivel and a single on the joint, a single pinless, as you can see, but there's a single here on his wrist and on his elbow, and you can move the elbow. Then he has hinge in and out and circulate on this hand. On the other side, I believe it's the same thing, hinges in and out. Yeah, hinges in and out. I thought it was going to be up and down, but it's not. Then we have the waist swivel, right? And then the top part is very generous. Nice circle. He goes left, he goes right, he goes left, right, he goes hyperextends back that much, and he hyperextends it forward that much. So it's very good, it's not intrusive. Now, as far as the thighs go, in the leg area, he also has a thigh swivel. He can split full Van Damme. He has the double on the knees, like so. As you can see, he has the boot swivel up that much, back that much, forward pin rocker, and he has the drop down and drop up leg system. Plus, if you want to put his feet up, you can. do nice kicks, or even backwards. So the range for him is stupendous. Really, really well done. And absolutely fantastic for a figure like his size and like him. So now, like I said, we took a look at his articulation first. Now let's take a look. Oh, I forgot. Jesus. His ears, they articulate front and back on both sides. Then his tusks articulate in any direction, as you can see right there. Then he has 5 points of articulation on his nose, so you can go here, you can go here, you can go here, you can go here, and you can go here. So he could do it like this, even facing himself, or facing like this, or like this, or like that. You can put them in so many different ranges of articulation, and it moves, and it feels sturdy and pliable. Like, you can kind of tell Marcel spent a nice amount of time making sure that the nose and the snout was going to be durable and last a long time without having to worry about it ripping or breaking the way it did in classics and the way it did in vintage. So there he is. There his full articulation. He moves fantastic. Now let's accessorize him. So let's start with his backpack. We put it in these 2 peg holes right here, and we push it in like so. Whoop, whoop. And it goes in nice and snug, and they actually clip, and it will never come off. Really nice and snug. This is what it looks like from this side. Then on top of that, we have put his ears forward like so. On top of that, we have this little one here, which we can plug in here, and then the other piece goes plugged into the back of his head right there. That's what lets him have the water attachment that will make the water come out of his snout. As you can see, that makes a whole lot of sense, right? As you can see. So we have that as well. Then on his belt, you see he has these pegs here, right? So with those pegs, what you do is you take one of these and you take this end here, right? Take that end there and you plug it into that right there. And then you take the other end and plug it in to this part of his. There you go. Voila. There's another thing. So there's one right there. Then the other one is also the same thing. So what you do is you plug it in there, like so. Right? And then the other end goes plugged in to his bottom of his axe, and you push it in like that. Push it in like so. It's a little tough for the axe, but there you go. It goes in. Once it goes in, whoop, it's in there. And then, of course, you put it in his hands because it fits very well, because the hands are nice and soft, and it fits the grip fantastic. So there you go. There you have him with his classic style, axe, and all the other modernized things. But then the greatest part, obviously last but not least, is his effect of water that goes in the snout. And now you got a completed accessorized snout spout, and you can, pose them out how you feel, however you feel fit, in your display. And let's even change one of his hands from the grip to a fisticuff, and they come out very easily. You just pop in the new one. Again, also very nice. Very, very nice and smooth. Doesn't feel like you're going to be afraid of breaking it like a lot of other times when you have certain figs and stuff like that. So there you go. Put them out like this. Make him seem like he's about to create ruckus. I love how you can pose the snout in so many different directions. The actual wire that goes in the back of his head, since it's so rubbery and new, it kind of makes the head go back down. But I'm pretty sure with time, when it gets softened, you won't have that issue. I highly doubt it. But there you go. He stands really well too. He's not top heavy. Even though he is a big figure, he's not top heavy at all. So, closer look, whoop, 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 and there he is. Absolutely fantabulous. He looks great. He looks fantastic. There you have him right there. That's what he looks like from the back. As you can see, from the side, over here again, and from this side. So, again, Snout Spout is ready to rock. He is dope. So now let's do one of the most famous things that we all know from Pixel Dan. Let's do some comparisons. And here you go, guys. Here is the first comparison, and one of the most important ones, which is other Snout Spouts. Now, Snout Spout hasn't really been done in a lot of, form, shapes, and interpreted it in a lot of the lines. This is actually my favorite look for him that was ever made, and that's because of the whole mechanical elephant thing going, where he was almost like a robot instead of a human being. And I love all the intricacies that NECA did with this, and this was the way he was supposed to look in classics, where he looks like really mean and really powerful. He even has a wrench, to get in. And then the one thing I love that no one's ever done is the elephant feet. I wanted him to have those elephant boot and feet in other iterations. And then he has the nice firefighter backpack with the symbol in the back and all things like that. This is my favorite interpretation of Snout Spout. But the Masterverse as a figure doesn't disappoint. He is absolutely the best at the moment. And then, obviously, this is from Origins, which came with a more Filmation style head, where you could put the backpack right on him. And then, he also had his, like I said, traditional axe, but instead of doing it tiny, they did it more fitting and large. And again, he did have this other one that you can put in that's more like the vintage, but since they put the water spray action, you can't disconnect it from this and this, because this, you squeeze this and you fill it up, I believe, with water. You can put water in it, I think, and it shoots out from there, or at least it gives you the illusion. I'm not really sure, but all in all, this is the vintage one. And the snout is rubbery, but it doesn't bend. So, there's that. But again, this is what he looks like. They didn't make one for loyal subjects, for the mini masters. I don't think they made one for Mega Constructs just yet. I think there was one coming with laser bolt. They made the one, I believe, for Filmation, which I have. And I think that's the only one. And then the classics and vintage. I have the classics and the Filmation one as well, but those are put away. But these are the ones I have. No, the classics didn't. This is the one they brought off the classic. They made it for not classics. Yeah, they did make it for classics. This is for the Mike Young production, 2000X. That's what this is. This is the 4 Horsemen design. Sorry about that. And then obviously the Origins, which is very reminiscent to the vintage. So let's take a look at some other figs really fast. And here we have him next to the newly released collector-built Wave from DC, McFarlane DC Multiverse. This is the Monitor. Then this is the Mattel's movie showcase, The Rock with the Scorpion King outfit, where he's the Scorpion King. And they're more on the 6-inch realm, and this is more on the 7-inch. And you see that he stands taller, but I don't have snout standing straight. I have him, in a dynamic pose, but this is what they look like. Here is next to the Jada Toys Street Fighter 2 Fei Long and the Berserker Studio Zeus from the Myth of Gods line, and you can see how differently they scale and how wonderful they look next to other lines. Here he is next to the Marvel Legends Sabretooth. I forgot from what pack that was, this or what line, but this was the one that looks very reminiscent to the new one that comes in the double pack with Wolverine, but released a few years ago. And then this is the Figura Obscura Mythic Legions Monkey King, and as you can see, they also scale differently but look really good next to each other. So now I want to do one of my final comparisons, and that's next to a couple of the bigger and larger Masterverse figures. Here is my final comparison, and this should be very telling and explain why he was the $34.99 price point. He is a mega fig. If you remember, and you guys know, if you have Too Bad, you know how big he is. If you have Beastman, you know how big he is. And both of these figures in retail were $31.99 or $29.99. So again, this is why brother over here, Snout Spout, is priced at that price, because he is massive. Not only is he massive, he has a bunch of articulation that never were done before, from the 5 points on the trunk or on the snout, the actual tusks themselves, that has never been done before, right? And he also has the ears themselves, and then the light piping on it, plus all of these wonderful accessories, including his, water effect. This figure is worth every penny. Unfortunately, the tax and shipping make it a little bit harder, but that's due to the nature of it being online. This Snout Spout figure is phenomenal. Plus all the articulation, even in the dials on his belt. So, I'm going to now go to my final thoughts and the final moments of the review. So here we are. Here is my final thoughts and impressions of the Masters of the Universe Masterverse New Eternia Snout Spout, the Mattel Creations exclusive. He is absolutely stunning. He is absolutely stunning. He is worth every penny. And I don't think he's overpriced. Once you get him in hand, you'll understand why. He is probably one of the best Masterverse figures thus far. You can tell Mattel is just trying to up the ante every time they release a new figure, whether it's with Origins or with the Masterverse line. No matter whether it's Revolution, no matter if it's New Eternia, they're just doing a fantastic job. He is absolutely incredible. The best Snout Spout figure to date. No one can question that. No one can argue it, especially if you're a real He-Man fan. I could only imagine if Mondo took a crack at this guy, how awesome he would be in the Mondo format. Which I'm pretty sure maybe years down the line they probably will. But for me, I highly recommend him. He is a thumbs up. So guys, I did get an extra one. I'm trying to see if either, I keep it or maybe give it away or sell it. I'm not sure yet. But rest assured, I hope all you guys get it soon. I got it pretty fast. In 2 days' time, Mattel It came packed really well in the shipper, no complaints, through FedEx or via FedEx. So he's fantastic. He's definitely worth putting in your collection, especially when you got figures, like I said, that are $30 or even $32.99, like a Valverse, which are great figures like this, right? That come with a few guns and a few head portraits and the clips and a cute couple of hands, and people don't have a problem paying for it. Snout spout comes stacked to the T with extra hands, articulation on the wazoo, the axe, and the pipes for all the headpieces, the backpack, the belt, and even the special effect for the water. And he's a super large figure in comparison. So, with great articulation. So, guys, there you have it. There's my review and my thoughts of the Mattel Creations Masters of the Universe Masterverse New Eternia exclusive Snout Spout figure. Leave a thumbs up if you liked the video. Leave a thumbs down if you didn't. Share this video with someone you think might like it. As always, thank you for joining me in my channel, because every support you guys continue to give me for that you've been doing for so many years, without you, my channel will not be sustained. If you're new to the channel and like what I'm doing and like what I did, then welcome and thank you for stopping by. And if you subscribe, listen, I am more than grateful, because I know you didn't have to. So that means the world to me. I really appreciate it, and I'm really humbled. And remember, I consider you now part of my family if you did. You can always find me on any social media platform. It's all down in the description below, anywhere from Twitter to Instagram. As always, you guys can help me out in any way, shape, or form directly to the channel if you like what I do. And if you want to do it from the kindness of your heart and you have the means to do it, there is a way you can do it, but it's not mandatory. But it is down in the description below with my PayPal and Patreon information. And if you guys ever want to hit me up and talk to me in any way, shape, or form through DM, just DM me on any other socials. Or if you want to donate anything to the channel, we can work out the particulars through there. I will be more than humble and grateful to do so. It would be an honor. Just DM me in those DMs and we'll work out the particulars, like I said, like maybe, where to ship the item. So guys, this is your host T-Bot signing off with another episode, or a new episode of Toys in My Closet, celebrating the new Snout Spout release from Mattel from the Masterverse line. I see you guys very soon in the next one. Bye-bye, and thank you for stopping by.